Hello, welcome to Real After Reality series. I'm your host, and I wanted to talk about a question that somebody asked me uh, about a video, a couple of videos about manifesting a specific person, not mine, but someone else's, and they had in the title, "I manifested my SP back in 2 weeks." And I think the video also referred to another person who did it in about like a month or so, or something. So there was the question was about what's the time actually mean, because people say time doesn't matter, but then they put the time in the title. So what's going on here? Well, let's start with a typical question where people say time doesn't matter. The 3D takes time. It's time to catch up with who you are being. So what they are saying is that. So what they are saying is that you are here, brand new. You pick an identity. You say, I pick this experience. I pick the experience where I am experiencing being with the person that I love. I am that person. I am God. I am source. I am reality. I am who I say I am. And who I said I am is who I am. Like, everything else doesn't really matter. That's who I am, right? And then they say, okay, well, there's like a time gap here. Because 3D has to take time to catch up with you. And if you just keep persisting, at some point, it'll magically like pop in, right? You and whomever are together, right? With a time delay. That doesn't really make any sense, right? Because why would the 3D randomly change? What's up? Why would the 3D randomly change to something? It doesn't really make any sense, right? I mean, like, what's determining the gap, and then what determines that point where you can see it? You see, it's more of a concession to it's more of a concession to reality, where you say something takes time to happen. For example, at some point, I remember I wanted a whiskey. I wanted a whiskey, but I didn't feel like going to buy it. And so here's me saying, okay, I'm in that identity. I want a whiskey. I have a whiskey. I am drinking whiskey, whatever, right? Now you can say that there's a time gap before my whiskey came to me, and it's like I'm having it, right? It's a whole bottle, whatever. Right? Having a drink, and then it's like whatever. But that's not what actually happened. You see, from the point before you even asked, I am the father. Before they ask, I will hear them, and while they are talking, I will keep listening. Right? That's kind of how the code goes, I think. My asking was evidence of me already being the identity that has the whiskey. You see, my asking was more my conscious awareness of what my reality identity is. Right? And most of the time, for those things that pop into your awareness, you don't have any resistance to it. You don't have any resistance to the way it comes, so it just pops in whenever it does, but it starts popping in immediately. Right? There's no time gap. It just starts popping in immediately. And then at some point in reality, where it's changing until the point where I experience physically what I experienced four dimensionally, or fifth dimensionally, whatever, right? Whatever you want to say, however you want to say it, doesn't really matter at this point. In your imagination, right? Immediately started changing. So let's go back to the original question. What was the question? And it's like, okay, well, what's the significance of the 2 weeks? I mean, there's so many answers. There's so many answers. Oh no, this person was in the state of wish fulfilled, not fluctuating at all, ever. Not fluctuating at all, ever. And 3D reality automatically reflected that. Just poof, doesn't really matter. That doesn't really make sense to me. Because if you think about it like this, right? If you think about it like this, and this isn't like me conceding anything, but I'm saying this is me having a concession to three-dimensional time actually being an experience of what it is. Let's say I have a YouTube channel, I can imagine myself with 1 million subscribers, right? But I'm only seeing how many I currently have here, right? And I can see myself with 1 million subscribers. Right? Now reality is always changing. Sometimes I get a subscriber, sometimes I lose one, sometimes nothing happens, sometimes what I mean. That's all to do, right? And it's like saying, oh no, as long as you stay in a state of wish fulfilled, you'll get that faster. Okay? Or if you stay in a state of wish fulfilled for a couple of weeks, I'll wake up with 1 million subscribers. I know it's possible that 1 million people could just look at my video and click on subscribe. I truly get that. But it's like, okay, I believe that. I believe the possibility of that. I can't will that possibility in. It's still going to be whatever it is. I just know that it exists. That it exists. I'm choosing to be that identity, just to go forward. And how do I go forward in this logical path? Like logically, just if I'm being that identity, just keep making videos, keep sending out the love, keep answering questions, just keep going. A spur of the moment video, just keep going. It doesn't really, you know what I mean? Ooh, throat. It just goes up and up and up, and then it just at some predetermined point, based on who I am being, it will reflect that, and then it'll keep going as well. It's not gonna stop. Just keep going. I'm having a goal in mind to set an identity. There you go. Right. I'm having a goal. I'm having a goal in mind to set an identity. I'm having a goal in mind to set an identity. This identity is the one that achieved and is experiencing that goal right now. And I am that identity. I'm walking in the path, the bridge of that identity experiencing that goal right now. From here. And that's my path. Just keep going. I don't know how to get there. I only know what I'm going to do in the moment. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do in the next 10 minutes. Presumably, press pause. Stop this video. But I don't know what I'm going to do in the next. I have like an idea. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the shop. I'm going to come back home, pass out. That kind of thing. But I don't really know what's coming in my awareness as far as that goal is concerned, as far as this person is concerned. And some things can seem very mundane. Like somebody asked me the question, and I didn't really think about making a video at the time, but now I am. Do you? I didn't really think about it at the time. You can't look backwards, you can't look forward. You can only see what you think you've done, and you can perceive what you want to do or don't want to do, what you want to happen and not want to happen. But that idea, envisioning you achieving that goal already, is setting the identity of the person who has achieved it. So I am that person that achieved the goal. I don't know. I may not have the necessary skill set consciously right this second, but I know that I am the person who achieves the goal. So whatever is happening in my reality is going to reflect that person over there. I am him. I may not consciously know everything he knows. I may not consciously have done everything he has done. I may not consciously have experienced all things he has experienced to be there and to be that identity who is in that exact moment of experiencing that goal, feeling it. But I can feel a version of it. And I intend that version to be my experience of reality, and I am that version of my experience of reality. The time doesn't matter. Some people can get 1 million subscribers in like a day. Like, some people take like a year, 2 years. You have no idea, and then what you're gonna say? Oh no, and it's not. It gets stupid. Sorry. To say, oh, that person was in the wish fulfilled for longer. This person was in the wish fulfilled for shorter. This person is, and then what that ends up doing is saying you are the one that's saying that is a condition. Being in the state of your wish fulfilled continuously for longer periods of time is nothing more than a condition. And that doesn't make sense. It's putting a lot of pressure on you. You know what I mean? It's like saying, if you stay in your wish fulfilled, you'll get your desire more faster. But that state to like will yourself into it all the time is you doing what? Is you doing something? Why? Don't do anything. Don't do anything. Trust me, when I know this, because I used to be that person. I used to be the person who is like, I have no idea why there's something. I'll fix it. Talk to me. I'll fix it. Talk to me. I'll give you the best viewpoint you can have. I'll fix it. I'll make you see why. I'll make them see why. I'll make whatever. I'll fix it. I'll always fix it. I'll be there. I'll always be there. It's like I'll do this. I'll do that. It's like you are reality. Everyone's gonna reflect you. Who are you? I am love. In my reality, everyone reflects love. In my reality, everyone reflects love. Love is the only reflection in my reality, and that's what I choose. Hey, and sometimes things don't look loving, and it's like, okay, cast my net out again. Cast my net out again. Who am I? I am that person that only sees love. I am the person that only sees love. That's my goal. I am the only person that sees love. Like, that's who I am here. And the moment I seem like I'm fluctuating, like, okay, I'm seeing things that aren't like love, this is this. Who am I? I am he. I'm him. I'm him. Him here. I'm him. I am him. It's funny. It's really funny because my name is. I was thinking about this the other day. My name is. Go take out the K. You gotta know when the word go. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, right? And so, what's the significance of the 2 weeks? I don't believe there is one. I don't believe there's any significance in the 2 weeks, because you don't know what this person has been imagining for however long they're imagining. You only know at some point they said, I am source. And all of us are creating that moment where she is with her SP right now. We are creating it right now together. And there's no 2 weeks, there's no 1 year. And then, like, if you really want an answer, the answer that is floating about my head is that everyone is experiencing an unfolding. Let's not deny that, right? You are experiencing an unfolding of reality. You are experiencing an unfolding of reality. From a certain point of realizing what your desire was, and a certain point of realizing who you are, related to your desire. But I think, this is a belief, there's more to your desire than even you think. I think there's more to your desire than you think is like around it. You know, say, I want to be with my SP. Okay. But I think there's more to it than that. I think it's more than you just want to be with that specific person. I think it's a greater thing altogether. I'm not talking about that to know yourself as well. I mean, I think you also want to be the version of yourself who is just loving, passionate, caring, joyful, fun, blessed, what's the word? Charming, confident, sexy. I think you want to be all this. I think this is fine. Like you want to be more than just that person who's with your SP. You want to be with your SP in a relationship that is fun, that is loving, that is passionate, that is amazing, that is adventurous. That is, you want to be in the greatest love story ever told? If you become aware that you are God and you can have anything, and you're so familiar, especially people who love, you tend to, for me, you tend to gravitate toward stories that are like deeply passionate, deeply loving, deeply moving. I don't think anyone wants to like, oh yeah, my spirit child, we're gonna go on a date tomorrow. Cool. Woo. Some people want that. That's fine. But I think a lot of time, the people who want like a love story, you want something great. You want that traveling the world together, being each other's like pillar, that kind of thing, where your families just mingle together like it's effortless. That's what you want. You want that. You want that lying on a balcony under a blanket, looking at the stars, holding each other. Love story. That's what you want. And I think your desire to have an SP, to be with that person, to be with the person that you love. Like, you may know them, you may not know them, it doesn't really matter. I think that's where your heart is. And then sometimes the circumstances are reflecting quite different things. That's okay. You are human, you are a person, you have feelings, you have compassion, you have all of that stuff. Just never let that story tell your story. Never let the story of other people and what they are doing tell your story. This is a very interesting point here, actually. I was with my friend yesterday, and we were having lunch. And something with his order, I can't remember what it was. Something about honey being in his thing or not being in his food. And I don't know whether he wanted it or not wanted it. I can't remember quite exactly what happened. And the waitress came back and she apparently looked upset. So in his perspective, she was upset. In mine, I saw her, she was fine. I didn't see anything, but he was convinced that she was upset. They asked her 2 or 3 times, "Are you okay?" He's a very caring person. I love him. And he said, no, she's like, something's off with her. I'm like, maybe it's you. I don't know. Like, he's like, no, I'm fine. I honestly think something's wrong with her about the order thing. I was like, okay. And he carried on asking, and she said she was fine. And he asked, like, what happened? This is nothing. And I thought about it more, and I was like, well, if all things exist simultaneously and everything exists in superposition, maybe I am seeing the version of her that I see, which is the one that she's perfectly fine, and the one that he's seeing is the one that she's not, and both things just exist simultaneously. So what is coming to my awareness? The awareness of all things existing simultaneously, and my chosen experience of reality where everything's perfect, everything's love, everything's great. That doesn't mean I'm not going to see someone upset, right? That doesn't mean that. Just like that specific instance made me think about that. So, to answer the question in case I didn't, what does the 2 weeks mean? I don't think it means anything. I think it's determined on who you are, who you've been, those limiting beliefs that keep coming up, and then you say, "This is no longer who I am." Your fears, your doubts, all of that stuff, and then you keep going. I think that the certain desires that you have, that no matter what they look like, no matter what the circumstances are, the ones that are from your heart are the ones that your heart helps you to keep going. I think your heart's desires are the ones that you and your heart decide to just keep going. Like, no matter what it feels like, no matter what I'm thinking, no matter what my end, my imagined scene, my imagined being, my identity that is experiencing this way means more to me than anything else that can pop up in my 3D reality. Even if it doesn't feel good sometimes, and that's okay. Because you are God, you are source. Give it up. Always give it up. Give it up, but surrender it completely. I know there's knee-jerk reactions. I want to do this. I want to fix this. I want to blah 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 blah. Let all that just be there and just keep going. Truly. Persist, and know that what you want is done. It exists, and you are loved anyway. So, much love. Take care. And thank you for the liking, thank you for the subscribing, thank you for the questions, thank you for the love. I have a Facebook group available, Rewrite Your Reality, that you can join, ask questions there, reach out to me personally, etc. Pop a question in the comment section below if you want something, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, love and light and peace. And for all the people who do actually have an SP, in the way that I was referring to an SP, a person who you deeply love and want to have a deep soul connection with, love unabashedly, unashamedly, joyfully, blissfully, and don't let anyone tell you that what you are feeling is not real, and don't let any other circumstances tell you that you can't just feel the way you feel anyway. So, bye. Peace out.